we're live on a moon day. Good morning, everybody. How are we doing? I am the hostess with the mostest, the High Priestess Phoenix, spiritual healer, teacher, shaman. Come on, I want to put those cards away forever right now. Shaman, seer, oracle, light worker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American symbol. I am your messenger, God. Oh, how fitting. The first child of God, the Lilith reincarnated. In order to keep up with me, you had to see what I posted on my community page, my latest live video, and anything. Oh, Lord. Here we go. Anything in my shorts. That explains it all. Whoosh. Whoosh. Hey, do you guys read tarot? That's okay. I teach you how to. Not like those weird creepo people that are like all in your fucking non-existent love life. I teach you how to use this to grow. Oh, Lord. Realistically, well, that's better than what we were served up last night. What did we get last night? We got the Chariot, the Three of motherfucking Swords, and the Tower. Quiet on the set. Shh. I hoped that I was able to inspire you to look at your broken relationships in a better way so that you can, just off that thought belief, repair yourself and move forward into, fucking it up again. I'm not saying you're going to get it right. I'm saying that you need to, in order to even start the right process, is to heal from what has been done so you can do some more. Do some more damage. If you've seen my story, you would think that's exactly how it goes down. It's trial and error. I didn't know this was going to happen. Why did you do that? If I thought I knew that this was going to be the outcome, do you think I would have done such things? Nope. All right, so we were talking about relationships and crap like that. And I don't know, the fucking shit hitting the fucking fan today about it. And I really was all over the place about it. I just, people don't understand how I'm able to detach. It's not so simplistic. I don't have the previous mindset where I could just completely forget and move on. It dwells on me, and I have to do the moving on process of moving on. The only way to do that, though, is because you can't move on. And trust me, in my unhealed, one of my favorite things to do, and you'll see it all the time, do it to Bobby like every fucking day, is I like to push you away with mean words and shit, say shit. It's pretty much unforgivable, so you'll just leave me alone so I don't have to face this. In the beginning, it's like, as long as I hate you, then I can forget you. As long as I have animosity towards you, you know what I mean? And so, in essence, I was looking for a reason to be upset with you, and that was enough for me to walk away from you. Really? Yeah, that's very vindictive, don't you think? Using everything against people just as a reason not to fuck with people? Could that possibly be you? Anyways, so I have some of my own unhealed patterns of, that I have to deal with in that sense. It's like, rather than dealing with it healthily, there's unhealthy patterns to how we deal with how people fucked with us. And it dwells inside of us. And when it comes up, that's when you get that opportunity to heal some shit. Nobody wants to feel that, though. So that's what came in the cards. And that's what it said was going to be the highlight and focus of today. I'm hoping, mixed with those two cards and this bad boy, something better will come of this and that we're already done for the day. I give it my energy when it says. It pulls me into it, so I have to sit in it until we move out of it. And I feel like I'm moving out of it. Why? I feel a burst of unbelievable, I wouldn't say full physical energy, but light. If we were moving from the Tower to the next card, that's the Star. So I'm filled with light. In the essence, I got up, I checked my calendar. I didn't know when my next appointment with my housing navigator was. I know I set one. I just didn't know when I did that. And I set it up for tomorrow. And I was like, that's so fucking smart of me. Why? Well, I mean, I didn't know the kids went back to school tomorrow and not today. But I always do shit like that on a Tuesday when I have the energy to do such stupid shit. So that was very smart of me. And that gets me back on path. Yeah, I shut that whole thing down over a bad feeling. I didn't finish the application, and that's what I'm going to tell her. No, it was a whole bad thing, and I didn't want to live off of Colfax, and I backed out of it. And tomorrow I'm going to tell her, because of everything, it took me like that long to process the idea, that I want to look for something outside of the box. 4 bedrooms, of course, is what I'm going to ask for. If she says no, then no it is, and we're back to 3 bedrooms. But that gave me an opportunity to seek further than my own backyard. Realistically, yeah, I don't do much in the city. I used to, but I don't anymore. So there's no real point for me to be here in the city. I don't know. We started considering outskirts and stuff. Not that I really want to move into the mountains. That's kind of suck ass. But if there's some kind of weird ass subsidized housing up there, fuck it. We're going. Why? I mean, if there's that, then there's everything else too. Realistically, sure, why not? Fuck it. I definitely need a new car. God will plan for all of that bullshit. Realistically, something like that. I could work at a fucking ski resort, take pictures of all these fucking goofy ass celebrities with their little space helmets. Who knows, bro? I don't really want to do that, God. I was just saying I'm open to the experience. That's all you gotta do. You tell me, oh, you want to go to the mountains? Oh, you want to do this? You want to do this? I got you. Nah, come on, God. Quit playing around. I said maybe. Anyways, there's not really a place. As soon as I start saying it, he's like, oh, this could really happen way too fast. You never know, dude. Like I said, people are so comfortable and they're looking to stay in their little zones and shit. And if I tell her to get outside the box, outside of, Denver rural area and think, show me what you got, show me what you're working with outside, then maybe that's best for me. Really, because I am an outsider. Yeah, I don't really need much from him. I don't. Haven't you noticed? So that happens tomorrow. And then I saw this cool thing. Well, because I have the appointment tomorrow, I have to open the computer today. Talk about waiting till the last minute. I always do. I didn't need to do it. Why? Because she's going to ask me, did the computer work out for you? And if I come back 2 weeks later and say, nah, I never even opened the bitch, then I look like a stupid bitch. So today, after I go to get the kids' new phones, then we will sit down, all of us, and try to figure out our new technology. Really? Yeah. So I'm assuming Mercury is playing around or something in there. Something technological is in the air because it's pushing us to, fuck with technology today. So then when I saw that, I started realizing I got the download. You're going to just pull your fucking Instagram onto your computer and you can fucking put all your videos there. So then I took a picture and I was like, it's probably not as much as I thought it was. Really? No, I got like 1,400 on one channel and I think like 1,300 on another. And even though my channel says I have 1,400 on this or something like that, most of them are fucking, or not most of them, but I would say at least like 400 of them are those fucking shorts. Every time you upload a short, it qualifies as a video. So realistically, I don't have that much to go through. I'm like, this is going to be awful. But if that's the case, it won't be so awful because I could just take my computer wherever I go and watch them one at a time. And you know what I mean? Fucking do all the data and all that shit. I had bought a hard drive and all that stuff to do all this shit when I first started recording with my phone. Something told me to do all that. Of course, I lost all that shit, never used it. I had all kinds of stupid shit. Preparing for the future, I suppose. So in essence, I woke up with this, it's time to get up and do some shit about your life. Really? Yeah, because in like a week's time or almost 2 weeks, I have to go start those trainings, those computer trainings. I saw this unbelievable thing on Facebook. What was it? I don't know. Somebody fucking made up this mouse pad that has all of the Excel commands on it. Really? Yes. Those that don't know Excel, you wouldn't even know what I'm talking about, but it's all through commands. It's Control plus Alt something. You don't use all that, dude. You want to know all the shortcuts so that you can just do it from the keyboard. And I'm like, oh, wow. So I found this cheat sheet. I don't know how cheap it is. It's not cheap. It's like $20, $30. I'm like, damn, that's what I need. Really? You don't know. And realistically, I could be doing all this shit with the computer only so that I can start doing my own editing. Again, I can also fucking, if the computer works just fine, I can also do music, everything I need from there. Everybody knows it. They're plugging me into the fucking matrix again. Quite lovely as it is, training me how to do so and all that. At least I won't have porn pop up on my computer. Really? Yeah. So with that being said, I feel a burst of energy into the new into the new world. And we're going to look at that. And hopefully that all we had to do was look at the, heal our little woundy wounds from the old world. And we need to get back to this bullshit. God damn it. All right, we'll read a chapter of this. Can we? I don't know. Oh, man. Do you guys want to learn geometry first thing on a fucking Monday morning? Really? That's where we were. Aspects and transit, the fourth building block of what? Natal astrology, understanding planetary movement. I told you I didn't know what that planet was. Why didn't I think it was Jupiter? Because I don't know. I don't know why I didn't think it was Jupiter. It's like I thought it was Jupiter, but I'm not so sure anymore. Why? Because some of them, Jupiter used to stand out to me as the biggest, brightest star always. I always knew Jupiter and I always knew Venus. But then as I started to, I don't know, my eyes got bigger and now the stars got bigger and they got brighter. It's like it was the brightest star, the only one that was really recognizable to me. And now all of them stand out. And I'm like, I don't know who's who and what's what anymore. Realistically, yeah. So anyways, planets form angles to one another as they move through the heavens. If two planets are 90 degrees apart, they form a square. If they are 180 degrees apart, they form an opposition. Planets in aspect have 24-hour communication going on. The particular angle that separates any two planets describes the nature of their conversation. Holy moly. No, my brain won't work. Did you catch any of that? No, absolutely not. How many times am I going to have to read this to catch it? I have to be open to receive it. I'm not catching any of this. I'm just reading it. Does that make sense to you? All right, I'll try one more time. They're talking about the planets are communicating. Did you catch that? That's all I got. I'm not going any further in this. Why? Because they're doing it every 24 hours and they're doing it in degrees. I'll give you the 5th degree on this one. I plead the 5th. Really? Yeah. I'm not going to do this right now. We're going to go back to this in after lunch or something. That's heavy. My head hurts just trying to, I can't even pronounce this word. Quincux. I don't know. It's 150 degrees, whatever it is. No. And then the transits? No. I said no. No. Why? Because even I don't understand it right now. Want a forecast? It is said that history is comprised with long periods of waiting where nothing much happens, punctuated by relatively brief areas where the course of humankind is changed forever. Yeah, you guys been asleep, and then you wake up and do some shit, and then you go back to sleep. Hey, that reminded me of that one. Remember the Beast? Oh, I loved him. We talked about him. I can't think of the names. I can just see the picture. Tinkerbell.
Oh. Yeah.
What was it? It was a beast that woke up every 5,000 years and did all kinds of good, and then it was gone or something. Anyways, it's a great kids movie. All right. The year 2026 marks the start of such a dramatic, exciting time. The Never Beast. When a series of planetary shifts, aspects, and returns promises the dawn of a new age with increased sense of vigor, when people will fight to create an ethically and economically just society. Just. Well, thank you. Because I thought I was the only one out here trying to fight for equality and shit. As I know, all these Jesus freaks. Who am I? Dude, when it all came down, I didn't know it was going to be the Jesus people we was fighting. Jesus's people are the unjust people. Who would have ever guessed? The surprise in my life. Just kidding. Why? Because I was a Jesus person. Not that I was. I am. But these people, it's the religions. We're not fighting politics, bro. I mean, perhaps you are. How's that working for you? Those cause civil wars, As this involves many slow-moving planets, we can look for the change to occur gradually, scattering, I hear frequencies, scattered with swift bursts of condensed activity over the next 1 or 2 decades. I told you, 35 years of the trials and tribulations. What happens? We're going to fuck it up. For real? We're going to fuck this shit up for 35 years. I mean, God's going to fuck it up and we're going to rebuild it during that time. It's like he makes a mess and we go clean it up, and then he'll make a mess and we go clean it up, and then he's really, yeah, we're not fucking up shit. We're just part of the, the cleanup crew. Realistically, I promise you. I've said that since the beginning. We plant the seeds of the future, why everything else is falling and crashing around us. We grab the survivors. We don't pick sides. We just build the new future as their reality comes crashing down. Really, some of you might be called in to, swing an axe or something, metaphorically speaking, of course. Stand up for all of that. I mean, are you ready? It is an interesting note that while the U.S. natal Pluto is the sign of Capricorn, where the planet resides at the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Oh my God. What does that mean? It means where time is reoccurring. Listen, where the planet resides at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, much of the Revolutionary War and the final defeat of the British occurred while Pluto was in Aquarius. This is it. Charge! Sorry, are you excited? I'm so excited to be part of the future. Past really sucked. All right. In fact, this is why. Why did they bring the fucking battle goddess? Bro, we're going to war, bro. With each other? No. Actually, we don't get to really. Not really. Really? No, don't. I have the right to bear arms. All right, that's not the arms we was talking about. Surrender your arms. If you live by the gun, you die by the gun. Really? We are not going to be that, bro. We are not going to be that, bro. We're not going to be some weird cult that has, the fucking... We're not Waco, Texas, bro. You're not bringing guns on the facility. That makes us liable to, you know what I mean? If you have a gun, you're preparing to use a gun. We're not even, dude. The fuck are you out here shooting? Human beings? No, we don't do that. We don't do that. God said yesterday, no, thou shalt not murder. We're not murderous. Shut up. Not even the animals? Nah, we'll find another way to take them out. Realistically, what the fuck you need a gun for? Quit playing around. Guns kill people. Why don't you get that? It's my right. To what? Kill people? You're not killing animals. Put it away. Don't get rid of it. Realistically, not in my house, not in God's house. You don't bring guns to God's church. We fear no man. Quit playing around. Anyways, going back to this. Which saw okay, let's go back. In fact, the previous Pluto and Aquarius era basically corresponds with what historians refer to the Age of Revolution, or the Book of Revelations, which saw the populace of many countries rise up against oppressive regimes. It's coming. What is the Third World War, bro? Where have you been? Even me in the woods knows what's going on out there. Most notably in the U.S. and France. Well, the U.S. just did something totally preposterous. It's preposterous what they did. We do not have the right as a nation to go in and steal the leader of any nation under the dark night sky. Now, I just want to point out, our country is very stealth, dude. What if you tried to come into our country in the middle of the night and steal Big Orange over there? I don't think you'd get away with it. But there's a lot of countries right now that are considering that we think we have the ability to do such things, and there's no fucking consequence. We're causing a rise. He asked for war by doing something like that. You don't just get to take, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, every country saw it, but it was him quietly that chose upon himself to do this. There's rules to this shit, bro. We cannot just do that. And every country that saw what we did is now rising up because, in essence, fear that we might do that to them too and take over their country like we just kind of did. Do you not see that? How do you think the rest of the surrounding countries feel? Their leaders. Has anybody looked to leadership to see how they feel about what the Americans have just done? It wasn't us. We had no fucking clue. Was it him? No. He just executed the orders. In essence, it makes you think about how stealth our fucking military is. That they can just go into somebody's country. And it wasn't just a president, bro. This was a very corrupt president that was working with military forces and fucking cartels. The most dangerous. And here comes the fucking U.S. to fucking come in the middle of the night and swoop them out with minimal casualties. Put them on a plane or on a bus or, I don't know, in a crate underneath the plane. I'm not sure how we treated them, but all of that, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. He did the same thing when he did that shit with Syria when he first got his first thing. He does this shit. This little psycho ass. He does it in the middle of the night. He goes and infiltrates countries, and the American citizens have no idea what's going to happen, and we're afraid of war the very next day. Not in this particular case, but he's overdoing it. You damn dictator, dick. I just want to say, dude, like, to all of you that have an oppressive leader, welcome to ours. We have never had something like this, and it will not last for long, longer than we can tolerate it. You know what I mean? The gun hoes are going to go gun ho on this hoe, and it's all foreseen. And realistically, what we did caused disruption in the entire governments of the global system. Every government from now on will think that they can do that shit. That we could go over into Africa, any fucking country in Africa, take their leader, and now we're your fucking leader. How did we stop what the British did if we're repeating what the British did? I just want to point out, Big Orange is a foreigner from fucking British lands. You motherfucker. Realistically, I mean, seriously, Columbus Day over there. Just saying. You can't talk about, what, I can't tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? We're in deep shit. All right, previous Pluto and Aquarius era basically corresponds with what historians will refer to as the Age of Revolution, which saw the populace of many countries rise up against oppressive regimes, most notably in the US and France. Pluto started a current sojourn of Aquarius in November of 2024, meaning we are, and what happened in November of 2024? Anybody want to go back? When did Big Orange take fucking office? Really? You guys, okay. Meaning we are currently in the first Pluto return of the US Revolutionary War. This is important because these years see the rest of our outer planets, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. And how many times have we been pulling them? Changing signs and masking their own planetary returns to important pivotal dates in US and world history. Moreover, Neptune and Saturn are not only changing signs, but also entering the first sign of the zodiac, which is Aries, starting a brand new journey across the heavens. We are on the verge of a major new era in human history, filled with shifts in power, gain, and civil rights, the empowerment of the common person. In order to understand it all, we will first break things down by examining each planet individually before examining the dates to watch out for, and then tie it all together at the end. Even though Pluto does not shift signs in 2026, remember it came direct though, it was brought up in the introduction because its transit through Aquarius serves as a backdrop against which all of the other major planetary shifts in 2026 should be interpreted. As the slowest moving planet, Pluto defies eras of history, and the current age is one of revolution, where the collective is fighting back against injustice. It is also to be noted that Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune are moving into fire and air signs that are in harmony with Aquarius, and this will therefore positively fuel the flames of liberation and change. Oh my God. So it says, days to look out for, and there's all kinds of them. It says Saturn in Aries happens on February 13th, Neptune in Aries on January 26th, that's coming up, Uranus in Gemini on April 26th. Then it has some more key dates. But it wanted us to understand the verbiage because the next one says Saturn conjunction Neptune. So we should have understood that from the first chapter. It says Uranus in Gemini, sextile Neptune. We should know what that means. Uranus and Gemini trine Pluto in Aquarius. Again, we don't understand that verbiage, and it just keeps going on. Trine, opposite, sextile, sextile. We don't know that yet. Why? Because I told you my brain can't function that. It is our next teaching. Okay? So let's just go on to this week. January what? 5th through the 11th. It only goes for a couple of days. Page 44. Did you guys catch my teachings on the number frequencies? What does 44 mean? A direct message from the universe to you, an angelic, meaning the angels are with you. The frequency of 4 is angels. Yes? The frequency of 3, ascending masters. The 8s, the goddesses. Got it? 9, Christ. 5, let go. 2, partnerships. Shall I keep going? 6, love. Okay, they're all in there. 1, new beginnings. Taught all that yesterday. All right, the week of January 5th. That's today. The holidays are over and it's back to work. Luckily, a lot of festive spirit carries over in the first half of the week, when a renewed and replenished outlook makes tasks seem effortlessly creative and inspired. And it will be a joy to catch up with friends and colleagues you may haven't seen since before Christmas. And that's it too. I haven't talked to Ella. She's a great person. This is her job. She's going to really be great, helpful for me. She's going to be excited that I got some computer classes and all that shit going. And that's all good stuff. Thursday's energy may be a bit confusing as the universe seems to be hitting the brakes while wanting to go full speed. I hate those kind of days. At the same time, it's kind of bipolar. You feel like you should be doing something, but there's something stopping you. It happens to me a lot. I hate those kind of days. That's like a Monday. Really? You may be brimming with dreamy visions, but it may be better to wait until Friday to put things into action, or you may bite off more than you can chew. Friday is also an ideal for making pitches and putting yourself out there, but it's not the best for dating. What is Friday? The 10th? I still don't know if I'm going to the concert yet. As small things could be blown out of proportion. Don't try to date on Friday. Small things could be blown out. I'm not dating. I didn't plan on it. Luckily, both Tuesday and Wednesday are bursting with passionate, tender-hearted vibes. So schedule all romantic rendezvous for those days. Today? We're supposed to be romantic today and tomorrow? That sounds nice. That's not what my card said. They said you're kind of heartbroken. Sounds like some rebound love or something. I don't know. Unless you're opening up your heart. Perhaps. Said all of that. I mean, it said taking action in your heart, heartbreak, and facing a tower. This could end bad. Sounds like, yeah. A tense T-square erupts on Saturn between the Moon, Sun, Mars, Venus, and Jupiter, which could lead to inflated, easily hurt egos that will lash out over any perceived slight. What day is that? Oh, weekend outlook. Hey, the weekend don't look so bright. My future's so bright. You better just chill with the shade. Realistically, yeah, that's crazy. 111 doesn't look good. Because what? It's a T-square. What the fuck is a T-square? Is it tea time? Is this some kind of game that we play? All right, so there's the Moon, the Sun, Mars, and Venus. All right, those are total opposites. And then Jupiter expanding, which could lead to inflated egos. Well, listen here, ego. If you feel overwhelmed by all this, you can avoid the day's drama by devoting yourself to individual pursuit and resting. I'll keep myself to myself. Thank you very much. Resentment could linger into Saturday, so try to check out of any emotional drama. Ew. Somebody write this down. Stay away from people. It sounds like there's a fucking period coming up on the weekend. For who? Somebody's mangina. All right, tips for a 5-star weekend. This is a week of transition when the festive, sociable vibes of the holiday season recede into the past, leading to potential grumpy Saturday when it might be best to go it alone and avoid conflict. Told you. Take a day off on Saturday. Why? Because they fucking told you. You better go somewhere with your feelings and I don't know. Unless you want to deal with someone's hurt-ass ego. It's not hard to hurt somebody's ego, but it takes forever for them to repair it. They'd be all so butthurt about what you said. Forgiveness is not given lightly around here. Realistically, you offend them. To hurt someone's ego is to offend them. It's so easy to offend them, and once they're offended, you never know what they're going to do. It takes a long, 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 long time. Realistically, why do you think me and Wolfman don't get along? Or fucking Russ? I hurt their ego so bad. I crushed their masculinity and their sense of self on a regular to where they just want to fucking choke a bitch out. Realistically, yeah, they fucking hate me. Why? Because I'm hurting their ego. Self-reflection, but they don't. They deflect, which is super funny. But yeah, you got to be careful when you hurt someone's ego, bro. That's what they're based on. It's their personality. It's their when you fuck with someone's ego, you're fucking with their confidence. And when you fuck with their confidence, bro, they tend to lash out real hard. Really? Ooh, yeah. Good example. What happens if you fucking say something to fucking Marshall and try to make him feel bad about, or just say anything about his life? He doesn't like that. That affects his ego. He doesn't like that. He gets triggered and he will destroy people for talking about him or his family. How are you going to make my life any worse? Seriously, he couldn't. It's like you're going to fight some girl on the internet. Not this one. Not this one. But realistically, yeah, it's like, I'm just saying anything you could say. And I'm seeing Mr. Plum's sister, dude. She is so fucking cutthroat. No filter. Go fuck your feelings. Realistically, she just wasn't a nice person. So Mr. Plum tells this story, and I fucking love this story. He said that these girls had got their hair did, and she said something like, "Why'd you go and do that? Well, it don't look good at all." Like, you know what I mean? She's like, "Do you like my new hair?" She's like, "Ugh, why'd you do that? It's terrible." Like, she's just a hater ass. Just, ugh. You say that to the wrong person, they might snatch you up. I'm just saying, stay away from people it's a test. I don't care. Go ahead. They might not act up, but your words could get you fucked up, bro. Really? When you're playing with people's egos, you're their ego is their conscious, bro. You're calling out their mask. You're pulling out the fucking rug beneath them. And if you do that, their ego will flare up at you, bro. Something simplistic I'm seeing like sports fans and shit. These are absolute fucking strangers, bro. And yet, if you say the wrong thing or do the wrong gesture and you're wearing the wrong t-shirt, bro, this person's gonna fuck you up, bro. You just fucking offended their ego. You did something that people aren't allowed to do in their head, and they're gonna go crazy on you. Or you said something or something. It's a dangerous energy. It's a fight energy. Really, stick to yourself. Really, people are touchy. And that might be the same for me. Don't fucking piss me off. I'll fucking destroy you. I don't really have an ego. The little bit I do have, a little bit of pride I do have. That's what it is. You're offending their pride. You're offending their honor. You said something, bro. And that shit is bruised egos. It's not like anything else to repair. Realistically, it's their mindset, and it can make them a little cuckoo. What'd you say about my mom? I said I saw your mom sucking dick. My mom does it too. How good does your mom do it? And that's it. Do something like that, bro. It could be just that common. Like every mom sucked some dick, or maybe she didn't. She's totally Mother Mary. But if you say that to the wrong person, you just hit a nerve, bro. And there might hit your face. Something like that. It's that. What'd you say? I said your mom's out here sucking dick. How do you know? I mean, don't we all? Again, I could hurt you with just the words I said. Never considered that my mom sucks dick. Never? Does she spit or swallow? Where's she spit it at? In his face? In a towel? Where's she spit it at? I don't want that shit in my mouth. Oh, God. Brush my teeth. Moving on. Sorry. Queen of Swords. Oh, that's where I left. I'm right in my element. This is the type of shit. You say the wrong shit, you're gonna fuck up somebody's ego today. I thought they said Saturday. I thought I could talk all the shit I wanted until Saturday. All right, be careful. Here's a spirit who never hesitates to step over corpse in her pursuit. I will fucking totally step on your head. You just stepped on that dead body. It's dead, bro. Watch me kick this motherfucker. It's dead. There's nothing in it, bro. It's somebody. That was somebody's. It was. Why are they out here? They're dead. Shut up, bro. Don't be so fucking sentimental. It's flesh and bones. Would you? I don't know. You ever want to hear the noise of crushing a skull? Step on it, bro. Let's see what it sounds like. You're terrified of me, aren't you? I'm just a kid, bro. I'm just having fun. Realistically, like, it smells funny. Don't touch it. I'm not going to stop to investigate. Call somebody to clean that up, please. Clean up on aisle 4. She has felt much pain, but always gained incredible wisdom from the experience, crafting a resolute, diamond hard will. Yeah, I have a diamond hard willpower. I've seen all kinds of shit. You don't know what I've seen. She has learned to edit things out of her life with surgical precision, keeping only what she needs to gain power and achieve her goals. Fools think they can outsmart her, but she cleans their blood from her blade at the same time. Their mistake was forgetting that no one is entirely as they seem. Just look at her shadow and you will see there's more to her than what meets the eye. Keywords: wise governance, accomplishing difficult task, what is this? Femme fatale, fatale, bitterness. I mean, there's nothing more cutthroat than the Queen of Swords. And you think that you know, but you have no idea. And that's what I shared yesterday in that T.I. song. It's like I could tell you a million billion things about my life and all my memories, but you're still not going to know me. And that's what I tried to explain about Marshall. He could sit here and tell you everything, but you'll still never know him. He can tell you everything about his experiences, what he's seen, and how he handled it, but you still don't know him. You just paint a picture in your head of what the story told you. Really? Yep. And that goes back to it. It's like my family doesn't know me. My children don't know me. Nobody knows me but God. They're trying to figure me out based on how I move and talk and stuff, but you can't. You're trying to put a whole universe in one body and say that I'm just this. And that goes back to the people that, praised Morgan or Callie or Isis or Lilith. You never knew me. You based it on something you read in a book, but you couldn't possibly know me because I'm not in a book. Same with Jesus. How often do they read about Jesus and still have no idea who he was, what he was? Really? Yeah. So going back to that, I'm very cutthroat. And that's it. A reverse is I'll stab you in the back, but only if you're standing in my way. Shall I have to? Most definitely. I'll tell you to turn so I can cut your throat to your face. And fight dirty. And my weapon is my mouth. I can say things that will destroy you. But at the same time, I can say things that'll liberate you and set you free. And that's like going back to last night's video. I have the ability to change your belief if you're willing to accept this. I also have the ability to get in and destroy you. With what? The things that I know of you. The obvious, of course, but I can dig deeper. I can shove this sword straight into your soul. I can sit on an elevator and read you like a fucking book and know everything that's ever fucking happened to you and remind you of it as I'm walking out the door. Hey, remember that guy that got you in the 4th grade? And I'm gone. You're not wondering how I knew. You're stuck in that memory now, and you have to relive that torturous thing that I read off of you. Do I do such things? No. I wait for you to start pouring it out so we can start fixing this shit. You wear it. You wear it embroidered on a fucking t-shirt. You wear your pain and suffering all over you. For those of us that are healers, we can see it. For everyone in pain and suffering, they don't see it. They see a cool person. They see themselves. They see mirrors and magic. They see glitz and glamour. I don't see any of that shit. You're fucking naked into the stars to me. Realistically, yeah. So be careful. The Queen of Swords that's the energy that Marshall and I share. And it's cutthroat and is dangerous. You don't have to be a detective. You know what I mean? You don't have to be anything to know how to hurt people with your words. But it takes a very powerful person to be able to help people with your words. And that's where you take the dark gift and turn it into light. But realistically, nah, I'll use those words to protect the light workers too. You know what I mean? It's like, let me at them. Let me go talk to them. We'll try it Jesus's way, but if not, well, then we'll leave them to the dark. We'll leave them to their own dark feelings and dark memories that they're trying to project onto us. Are you trying to judge us? Judge not lest thee be judged. You don't like our way of life. Shall I tell everyone how you're living? And how you were born and who the people you live with and how you actually live, how filthy your house is, how you don't provide food, how you sit there all day with unwashed, sitting there on your fucking phone, how you covet and lust and hate all day. Shall I tell the truth of what you really are while you come over here to persecute us? The difference between us and you is we're fully aware of how fucked up we are, and we're currently working on it. You don't come over and persecute a bunch of people that are trying to be better by saying that you're any better. We will tear you up. We don't mind going back to our old ways for a minute, just so we can reevaluate why we were that way. Don't get a fucking ass whooping over here. This isn't the church. Our limitations are based on our ability to have self-control and to alchemize it. But if you push the wrong fucking button and one of these people lash out and you're over there with a bloody head and I got to call the fucking ambulance and shit, I'm going to totally bring this up that you antagonize, you brought this upon yourself dealing with a bunch of sick people. Keep that in mind. We are sick on a way to healing. The world has treated us so badly that we are currently healing our sickness to heal those that actually hurt us. But we are not above hurting someone. We're trying to be better than that. Don't never pick a fucking fight with a bunch of people that are trying to rehabilitate. Don't push them back to the old them and think that you've won. You're going to lose real bad. Don't take our kindness for weakness, dude. Really? We're dangerous. We're dangerous because of what the world has done to us. We keep that inside of us. But if you fucking push that fucking button, bro, you're in danger. And that's why I'm over here helping and rehabilitating people like that before they snap and hurt someone else. Don't come over here with that. You're going to be on an episode of Snapped. And when it all comes down, every one of them get out on the crazy card. Why did you go to a loony bin and start a fight thinking that you were going to be all right? A loony bin that does moon magic and dances naked and prays to all the gods. Don't you think you're asking for an ass whooping? Realistically, yeah. I'm just saying that. I defend mine. And those words, I'm telling you, God gave me the gift of gab and I be yapping. All right, Queen of Swords. Now, let's move on to our strength. God gives us the strength to do such things. There's so many people that can't say shit. You an ain't saying shit fucking generation. And the shit you say is bullshit. It has no power. And that's where we come in and show you what true power is. Right, Marshall? We show you how to really use these words. What words? The words of Christ, realistically. That's why we're supposed to be changing our language. Wait. How do you say it? God be with you. That's not how I used to say this, but yeah. God be with you. God bless you. God bless you. Is that what you're really saying? That's what that's how I'm translating it. Realistically, yeah. Number 22. Ooh, we had 44 and 22. Hike. The right hand of God. I'll slap this shit orange. Hey, Marshall, when do you ever hear any scripture about the left hand of God? Lefty Lucy. Just playing around with you. Can't ever be in that energy without him, too. Why? He's the counterpart to that energy. All right, this angel conveys a force with which we can direct and control our lives. They said that in the tower and all that yesterday. You're out of control. Your life, you are not in control of your life. This energy offers us the opportunity to fully realize ourselves and gain a reputation with the people around us. To achieve this, we must cross the turbulent seas of our emotions, struggling with them, bind them to our will. Talked about that in the Chariot card yesterday. Really? You got to get your mind aligned with what your heart's trying to do in your life. and then understand what's holding you back and work through it as often as it needs to be. You can't just stay there still. Bind them with our own will. An excess of this, what is this? Fluid and dynamic action could bring negative changes, fame, and reputation. This in turn is a double-edged sword, feeding our violent and aggressive side. All right, so 22, the thrones. We're back with Jesus and Melchizedek. The tarot is strength. Venus is the planet. Cancer. Holy moly moly. Well, we had the full moon in Cancer. Venus is all about your heart. We got the Three of Swords. All of it aligns. And a Five of Cups. Oh, no. Realistically, I mean, it was in the cards. I just see it. I don't know. What are you hoping for? I don't know. I'm just surprised. I'm reading the book like you. Oh, no. What's the Five of Cups? Not the best. I'll pull it out. Hey. It's a dragon. Okay. I was like, what is that? I went to the Six of Pentacles. Five of Cups is not a good one. How do you know? The fives aren't the best. Really? No, I said that. Fives and sevens suck in the fucking tarot. Really? Wands, cups. Where's my cups? Gotta go through the fillings. Swords, cups, pentacles. No, cups. Princess of Cups. There's a distorted one. Six of Cups is worse. Five of Cups is discontent. No, or is loss. It was in the cards. Really? Yeah. Five of Cups shows that you're obsessing over a loss and refusing to move on. Come on. Catch my video last night. Though the card shows a woman mourning the death, it can also be a failed relationship, a disappointment, or regret. Your pain is real and raw, but if you're not careful, you risk cutting yourself off from life and people you still have, which are shown by the upright cup that remains. I was thinking about here's the picture. I was thinking about his wife. She kind of looks like that. Dre's wife. She's gonna hurt for a long time. Nothing can prepare you, even if he told her over and over and over. She's got to deal with the separation anxiety of this. Even if they made full plans, here's where all the money is, and you're gonna be all right, and this is gonna be all right. It's still, she's known this, you know what I mean? It's a hard place. Your pain is real and raw, but if you're not careful, you risk cutting off from the life and the people you still have. If she goes in too dark, it'll be too hard to come back out to reality. People understand and won't push her to come back out, but it's that coming out that keeps her from falling too deep in. It's important. People will give her time to mourn, but if they don't get her out of it, she'll stay in their mourning. You need to go and, when an old person loses their loved one, you need to go once in a while and go check on them. Try to get them out. Try to show them a good day. Try to show them the world still exists, because theirs doesn't. Their world is over. They can't see outside of their pain. You can't expect her children to go back to school this week and act like they didn't just lose their father this weekend. Life doesn't just go on for them. You might push them that they have to produce like normal. They have to go on. Everything goes on. You want to baby step them into moving on, but you can't force them, and you can't expect them. And some of them, that go back into it too fast are showing you that they haven't dealt with it at all. I was one of those. It's really difficult. Which are shown by the upright cards that remain. And that's it. She'll start losing everyone. If she worries too much about how she lost him, she'll lose everyone else along the way, cutting herself off. It's not that people won't reach out, but she'll close herself off to them because she doesn't have him. It's very dangerous. Hold on to this pain and it'll damage you mentally and physically and risk destroying your relationship with friends and family. At that point, where she's at is probably, I hate you, God. How could you do this, God? Why did you take him from me? I can feel it. I tried not to get in there with her. It's part of my job. is to teach people how to move on, how to keep living when things are, over. And it's hard. You know what I mean? It's hard. I can validate everything she feels. And especially it's an anger towards God, because ultimately it was in God's hands. She can't see her future and what God has planned for her and her children. She can't see any of that. She can only see what God took from her and how it'll never be the same. She can't see what he might have in store for her. It's hard. And that's what I was trying to teach you guys last night with that Three of Swords. It's like you only see, you're not even open to the idea that he has something else in store for you. Your life didn't end here, his life did. Would it be cold-hearted to say that he's going to bring you another great man to stand beside you and those children if you want it? Do you think she wants that? No. But is that God trying to, you know what I mean, make a family whole again? Does he want them to be broken? And that goes back to Kobe's family. Kobe's family got completely ripped apart. She couldn't, you know what I mean? It's going to take time for him to put it back together, but he will. He makes all things new again. And that's where you have to understand. He promised, bro. He promised. You have to lean on that promise. He promised he'll fix things. No, he can't fix that, but he has something fixed up for you. Nothing will replace what you had, because that's what that was a part of it. It's not to say that he has something better in store, because that's exactly not what you want to hear at this point. But he does have something good in store for you. Perhaps nothing will ever be better than the husband that you lost. But there's still a good life out there. You were lucky enough to have a good husband in your life, where there are women that'll spend their entire life not spending one day with a good husband. You had a good husband for many years of your life. There's nothing to say that you'll have another great husband. Maybe God will give you another good one. Be grateful. It's better to have loved and lost than to have never been loved at all. You had something that most women may not ever have. Be grateful. Celebrate that. Not what he took from you, but what he gave to you. And that not all things last forever. Realistically. Just helping you be, or if you know someone, and again, I don't speak to them. I send it in words, and those words are heard in the universe, and somebody will repeat them from their heart to them. Realistically. Anyways, moving on. You risk destroying your relationship with friends and family. To move on, you need to forgive fate, which is God, another person, or even yourself. Everybody hates cancer, right?
That's cancer.
It's a huge thing. Everybody hates it because it's a form of death. You hate guns. You hate any way that people die, but they die. Everybody's looking for a cure for cancer, right? That's always the thing. A way so that people will stop dying. How can we ever find something? We're always going to die from something. And it's terrible. You know what I mean? Because this one can take you at any time, but so can death. Death comes in any form at any time. We can't hate death. It's sad. And then it's one of those things, like it'll take one and it'll skip one. Mr. Plum had 6 months to live. So he decided to go do some things before he started the treatment. And he came back and started the treatment. He's been cancer-free for 26, 27 years. He had to fight, and he won the fight. My mom fought. She got, but then years later, it went into remission, and it spread even worse than the first time. Why? Because after she thought she won, she went back to her old poor behaviors, bodily behaviors that just brought it all back up. Really? Yeah. You have to forgive fate. none of us know how long. None of you know how long you're going to live. So you have to make sure that your days are good and fortunate. That, you know what I mean? You didn't die at work today just because you thought that was the right way to spend your day. Life is precious, bro. And trust me, how shocking it is to the person on the other side that haven't had a long life, and they have to be, you know what I mean, told that that life is over, and they cannot. They're just as shocked as you in the beginning. They're very upset in the beginning that they can't get back to you. It takes some time. Trust me. It takes time for both sides, both parties. I'm usually on the other side. I'm right there. Really? When you open your eyes, birthing, I'm right there. Who are you? Come with me. Where am I? What's happened? Where's my body? Where's my family? They're very scared. They're very confused. They don't remember that they're a soul. They don't remember anything. They're still halfway still, the experience is still on them until we get them over there and we take off the life. They're still wearing the resonance of it. Yeah. There's many, and that's where you catch these ghosts and these spirits. It's like they just can't let go of it. They have to keep trying to get back, to try to get these messages, to try to make things right. Some of them just to get vengeance, to be honest. You know what I mean? They took their lives. Some of them, you took their lives. And some of them aren't okay with that. They're not okay with that. So part of them reaches out from the other side. Really? True story, bro. All right, reverse meaning. Though you suffered in the past, you are beginning to come to terms with it. You spend enough time grieving and have emerged stronger, and though the bitter memories are still there, you are feeling ready to embrace life again and look to the future. Take heart. New opportunities and relationships are out there for you. That's where we're supposed to be. Accept the loss, and that's it. You have to grieve the death. You're still going through the transformation of this shit, but the rebirth is there only when you're ready to. You can't force yourself to go out and get in a new relationship when you're still hurt from the last one. You can't force yourself out to go into the clubs because of what happened at the last one. You can't force yourself to go make new friends because of that. That's okay. You're not healed yet. But what are you doing to heal yourself? Because you're missing opportunities and relationships. Life is passing you by because you haven't done the healing process yet. Nobody's going to heal you, and time does not heal all wounds. Is what I posted yesterday. Time heals no wounds. It takes healing to heal the wounds. Realistically, no. If you take a bullet and you remove it by yourself, and then you don't do anything but let time go by, it's not going to be healed. You're going to heal around it, but it's not going to be a healthy healing. You're going to have scars, scar tissue, all this shit. You need to go through this. You know what I mean? Your physical therapy. You need to go through what it takes to heal. Acknowledging that you're unhealed in certain areas. Something simplistic like areas of your life where where's your social life at? I don't have one. Why? I can tell you why I don't. And that's because there's too much in the social atmosphere. Realistically, I'm reading people. There's too much I'm getting from people instead of a smile and nice to meet you. Realistically, but we're supposed to be talking about that. Why don't you have an area of creativity? Where do you feed your inner child? And going back to this keeps coming up a lot in my energy. It's like, give me a second. Let me figure this out. Let me put myself. Bobby is mirroring so much back to me about my own marriages, you know what I mean? And that's really what it is. I gave all this up. I never even thought about it or nothing. Then you come in and I have to really think hard about what it takes to be and get into this. But I see you and all of this, and it's just it's healing. See your over submissive ways, how you give yourself for this whole idea and blah, blah, blah. But then the biggest one is the sex thing. It's like you are completely unsexually satisfied in your relationship. And it's like, I won't do that. I won't do that, bro. I'm not going to be in a relationship that's not sexually satisfying to me going forward. This is important. I don't think any woman has ever spoke of the importance of this, because it's so important that we're sexually satisfying to our men. Women never talk about faking it. They never talk about any of that, bro. They're just, this is what you got. You're going to ride this guy for the rest of your fucking life. You don't know the truth of what we're going without. And just because we don't go to the same measures as you, we're going without, trying to please you. And that's what I mean, is like, he's going without trying to please her. She is sexually not pleasing to him, and yet he stays dedicated. I was married to men that I don't have any sexual memories, and I know they weren't fucking pleasing me. This was all torturous. I'm not going to repeat this shit. And that's what I mean, is like, I'm seeing things different. Like, you know what I mean? I'm seeing the real big picture of what you were meant to show me and what I really get off of you, and why all of this comes to the surface and all of this shit is being played in between us. Your unhealthy patterns meet my unhealthy patterns so that I can become aware of them. And realistically, I mean, I go back looking at you like you're the fucking victim in R. Kelly's fucking meat locker, but you're a man. And that's where you go to see that it's not limited to that. I'm not saying he's in a physically abusive relationship, but I'm going to say he has some definite Stockholm syndrome behind the fact of, you know, he's mentally ill in a relationship that he's self-sacrificing himself based on an idea. That's exactly what I did in my relationships. These were not good marriages. I just gave myself the idea that this is what a marriage is, and I'll do whatever it takes to hold it together. Sacrifice myself and my needs, my wants, my desires, my freedoms, my everything. And that's what it did. So, you know, coming out of those marriages, I had no sense of self because I had sacrificed myself to do whatever they said. So now I had to learn how to survive on my own without pleasing them. And I had to learn what I liked again and what I didn't like and all of that shit. You know what I mean? The rehabilitation. So now you see me trying to get in a relationship, and now I can see why, you know what I mean? What I did in them that was unhealthy by those around me. And I don't want to repeat it, but it also brings up the fear of, what if I pattern? What if I just do this? Because I've seen this is what I do in these relationships. I overgive, and I don't have any boundaries, and I'm all about, you know, whatever makes you happy. And I forget about me and my feelings and my wants and my needs and my life. And so all this time you see me fighting for, I want a relationship that will let me be me. I don't want to just be what you want. I want me to be what you want, but I don't want to have to change to be what you need. If I'm not what you need, then that's not what you need. And that's what we were talking about last night. Really? Mm-hmm. I guess you could say I fight for him because I see myself in him. I fight for Marshall because I see myself in Marshall. I fight for Lewis because I see myself in Lewis. I fight for Russ because I see myself in Russ. And that's what it means. A soul's recognition in another. I can't save you by trying to fight your battles. And that goes back to me telling, you know, Russ's mom, I'll beat her ass. I'll beat her ass for you, bro. I'll beat the shit out of that bitch for what she's done to you. I'll stand up for you. I'll tell her she's wrong. I'll do this for you. Told fucking, you know what I mean? I'll fight for you. That's me holding that sign. You want me to kill them? Why? Because nobody fought for me. It's a savior's complex. I'm trying to save you from what I already fell victim to. But I can't. Really? Yeah. All I can do is, you know what I mean? Make you aware of it. And that's kind of what it is like, you know, a former drug addict will try to help a drug addict because we know the struggle. But we're not helping them. We're enabling them. Realistically, no, I'm serious. You can help them after they help themselves, but you can't help them until they help themselves. You can't help anyone until they start the process. Once they start helping themselves, then they will be open to your help. But until then, you're not helpful. You're pushy and you're unwanted. Really? Yeah. You can see that in my relationships. Well, hell. It's a fucking turbulent week. Stay to yourself at least on Saturday. And there's some good energy moving and brewing. And they said that if you're going to do anything romantic today and tomorrow are your best days to do something like that. Otherwise, you're going to be like, you might offend their ego. We talked about all of that. I wish you guys a good day. I'm going to pull my shit together. I got to go do a couple things, and then it's Monday, so we do a lot of reflecting. We have a lot to reflect on in these damn cards. Realistically, yeah. Damn it. Well, let's hope that the afternoon brings some better energy. Let the sun come out and burn away some of this shit. Let us get through some of it, and we'll move on to the move on. Actually, no, I got to teach that stupid geometry later. Come back to learn geometry, planetary geometry, the conversations that are being had with the planets. Can you believe this shit? I'm going to try to make you. Hey, I love you. Laters. Have a Monday, fun day. Doesn't look so great, but, make the best of it.